My dear child, you don't have to be brave every day, and it is okay if some things and events in your life are uncertain right now. It is okay if you are afraid of what is ahead. Tell your heart that it is human to feel that way. So allow yourself to take your time. Believe that even in this changing phase, life has a purpose and you are going to be okay. So remember, sometimes just by showing up, by being willing to walk that extra mile, by putting that one foot in front of the other. So you show courage, you say to life, even though I don't know the right path, and I'm still going to make it through no matter what. And the brave also feels scared, and the strong has weak days too, so no one has it all. So no one gets there all at once, but the ones who choose to keep going even when the going gets hard are the ones who actually get there. So when you feel weak and afraid to move ahead this season, I hope you remember the reason you started this journey and why you have carried on even on your hardest days. I hope you believe in yourself and the little voice in your heart that says it is okay and if today does not go your way. So you will make it through and you will find your strength again. So no matter how hard it gets. So my child, know that accepting where you are is the best decision you ever made and it is changed the whole game for you. So what you once took okay for granted, you know appreciate in its entirety, and what you once thought was a necessity turn out to be the wants of your ego. So what you once felt was an unfair obstacle was truly a divine lesson in disguise. And the speed at which you try to advance into your next chapter has now slowed down to a steady pace, and the need to hurry was replaced by the need to be at peace. So you are grounded now, and the life you are living is beautiful one. Every moment of happiness is created by your spirit. So you are finally seeing how rich you are, rich in love, rich in health, rich in faith, and you are cruising along the path that was carved out just for you. So when your blessings arrive, they will embrace you the way you embrace this moment in time. So the present suits you and keep wearing it proudly. So, my child, know that. You may be thinking about getting one chance to go back to your past to make all the mistakes that you have done correct. So, those mistakes might have made some heaviness in your life, and those mistakes might have lead you to a great loss in your life. So, those mistakes might have made you stressed or worried about your life. And let me tell you something you know about John. He had made a mistake in his life, but when he understood his mistake, he repented and prayed to me. So then I forgave him. I changed him to be a blessing to a lot of people. Some of the mistakes that you have made might be made to worry about your life. But if you are ready to repent, I am here to forgive you, and let me remind you something. So, do you know how many mistakes I have forgiven you without you repenting it to me, and still how many times I have shown you my grace in your life? So, you don't need a chance to go back to your past in order correct all mistakes that you have made, and instead you just only need to understand your mistakes and repent it to me, and thereafter lead your life by obeying me. Remember, I am your father, you are my child, and if I am not forgiving your sins, then who else will forgive you? I am here to bless you, make you a blessing for others. So stop doing sins and lead a life by obeying me. Pay about everything. So, my child, noted. You are blessed by my grace. Israelis grumbled against me, stood against me. They had disobeyed me. They had disobeyed my commandments. But still have forgive them, bless them, and fulfill the promise that I have given to them by my grace. And when you look into your life, so there are times when you have grumbled against me, stood against me, disobey me, but still when you look into your life, you can see how blessed you are and how much of my grace you have in your life. Do you know why I am showing my grace in your life? So it is because you are my child and love you a lot. Remember, I have fulfilled the promise that I have given to Israelis. So, in the same way, you too have a promise, and I am forever faithful to fulfill it, to obey me and have a faith in me. My child, know that this is your life and you have a golden opportunity right here, right now, to create it anyway and you wish. So, being determined is your new job description. So, dare to dream big by listening to the language of your heart. Put your cap back on and unlock the superhero within you. And it's time to take a risk and trust that the universe has your back. Feel the excitement and awe of life instead of fear and doubt of not knowing the future. So think of it like doing a bungee jump, and you know the leap is intimidating, but the adrenaline rush and the story you get to tell afterward is so worth it. And you have got to reach out, seize the opportunity, embrace the change, and ride this wave to the shores of success. So basically, this is like a big neon sign that says YOLO, but be careful because this can also lead to impulsive decisions and recklessness. So you might be so focused on charging forward that you forget to look both ways before crossing the street. So you are encouraged to embrace new beginnings with acknowledging potential distractions and staying clear headed when making decisions. So refuse to stand still or let anything stop you from taking that next step on your path. So, who knows where it might take you? The universe is changing your storyline to happy, healed, and financially blessed. So, go ahead, leap, and your net will appear. I would say you got this, but it looks like you already do. So, my child, know that. You can relax. Honestly, you have no idea good life is about to get for you. So the universe is and has always been conspiring in your favor. You don't need to worry, and it's okay to surrender and let the universe take care of it. And trust in what is being removed from your life and now to make a way for new beginnings soon enough. And you will be so happy that all the anguish, anxiety, and pain you went through will pale in comparison to the joy, and you will feel everything will be right and everything is going to be okay. So, you are being prepared by divine forces for greatness. Open up your heart and surrender to the divine path. So, anything that is taking you away from the divine path will be eliminated, and do not hold on to what is not meant for you. So, accept that there are people and opportunities that are only meant to be in your life for a brief period to teach your lessons. So give thanks to these teachers, release all feelings of resentment, forgiveness, and opens many doors. So, my child, know that. No matter what you are going through, I am with you, and you are not by yourself on this journey. So, whereas people may have walked away, especially when things got hard, I will never. So I am the same yesterday, today, and forevermore. The same God who brought you out of your depression, anxiety, fear, insecurities, loneliness, financial hardships. And heartbreak is the same God who can bring you out of your current situation. I did it before and I will do it again. So trust me, hold on to my unchanging hand. Seek me and you will find me. Keep your eyes set on me as the storm rages around you, and I will keep you a lot, and you will make it through this. So, my child, know that. Don't be pressured if you don't know what to do with your life, and you are going to figure this out. So you are going to learn what speaks volumes to your soul. You are going to realize one day that all the shitty jobs and what you thought were meaningless pursuits all lead you to what is right for you. So, what fuels you, what inspires you, your life does not have to feel like a ticking time bomb. So, you only get one, so treat it as kindly and as dearly as often you can. Be reckless and strict when needed, but don't overwork yourself to the extent you have nothing left to give. So, right now, the journey is the way, the process is the road taken, and it should be that way. For now, steady yourself. Pace your steps, keep a clear mind, and clean breathing. You are going to figure out what to do with your life. But until then, keep going, move forward because that is better than admitting defeat and saying to yourself, you don't deserve any better. Ask yourself what do you want to do with this moment today and then do it. Chase after it. It will lead you further into discovering what you are searching for. So, my child, know that. God tests us with what we love and desire most. And if you think about it, the things you have wanted the most in life have been the things you have had to struggle with the most. The purpose of this test is to help us become closer to God and learn to put our utmost trust in Him. If God tests us with things we did not care much about, it would not be a test. Whether you had that thing or not, it would not matter. So, but with the things our heart desire most, our souls are truly tested. We struggle, we act, and we fight. But do we ever realize that there is so much more beyond our trials being labeled as test? When God does give you what you desire, you are able to feel it with so much more joy. When something is given to us over and over, so we subconsciously take it for granted. Our emotions became adapted to that things and eventually became bland. So not that the things lost its value, but then an intimately emotional level it becomes normal and routinely. But when you attain it's kind of happiness that not many are able to feel. It is packed with purity and intensity, and this is what makes this entire phenomenon so special. Struggling, trusting God, and believing that one day we will have what we desire will make the happiness, and we feel so ethereal that you will be thankful for every tear your soul has shed. So, my child, know that it's easy to trust your journey when everything is going smoothly in life, but the real test is how you respond when things get rocky. And there are certain phases in your life that test your caliber. That is where your spiritual strength sets you apart from the masses. So, being spiritual is not just about the good times, it is also going through the challenges and tough times, but with a higher awareness. Nothing ever remains the same in life, but the ego always strives to grab things and make them permanent. When you are spiritually centered, you go through all the seasons of life without any fear of change. You understand that change is the only constant. So, when you don't fear change, suddenly you gain the courage to go through it all and come out of it even stronger. So, my child, know that. Sometimes the biggest lesson you can receive is knowing when to let go. It's such a different, difficult thing to do. Look at someone who makes you incredibly happy but also causes you undeniable pain and say, I'm moving away from you, but it's an action and we must take if we care about our mental and emotional health. It does not matter how happy they make us, and if they are also the cause of our sorrow, then we must leave and not return until we can be just happy in their presence. And if that never happens, if we can never be just happy with them by our side, and if pain will always follow the happiness that they bring. Then we must accept that this was as far as this person was meant to stay in our life, and that is all. Sometimes the most beautiful lessons are the hardest, and living is the most difficult out of the rest to do. But to love ourselves, we must learn to let go of those who cannot give us the love that we deserve. My child, know that. Trust me, it was never about the person who hurt you, or the one who let you go, or those who could not accept all that you were made of. So, don't you see, it was always about you and your journey, and they were just passers by who entered your life for a short period of time. So they were necessary lessons that you desperately needed, but they were not the important ones because in the end it was about you. So it was always been about you and you were never broken after all. Can't you see, every person who turned away from you left a piece of themselves in your hands, and you used those pieces to change, to grow and develop pieces of them. So you added to your own soul, and they were the ones who lost with no lessons to take and no hurt from a love, and it helps you flourish. And in the end, they were the ones who cracked open because they could not mold themselves to make room for you. And when you light shone through their cracks, you grow and you grow. So, my child, know that. The universe conspires in your favor when you commit to your happiness. Your heart is the seed of your life. What you hold in it will be what matures. So, yes, miracles can manifest from dirt, but you most lovingly nurture yourself to be healthy enough to thrive. Better cannot grow from bitterness. Focusing on your responses, your relationship with yourself, and your emotional wealth will create infinite possibilities. So, you have one thing on your mind, and that is success. The universe wants to support you, but first you need to leap, and life bends for the courageous. So, when you feel motivated, inspired, and energized, you put your plans into action. And this is a time when you think you can do anything, and you can. And it's the kind of energy that makes you want to charge forward full speed ahead without thinking about the consequences. Perhaps you know what you are being called to leap towards but are scared to make the move. Or maybe perhaps you are waiting for a big fat sign or instruction manual or permission to do so first. And if this is you, then this is your sign and permission slip to take a deep breath and leap into the unknown. And when you have absolute faith in the universe and know that you have been created as an image of God, fear cannot exist. It's scary to let go of all that we know in hope for something new, and it's normal to feel anxious at the thought of letting go of what we know for sure. So, but this is the unavoidable process of rising, and right now, this is how you are being called to live. Strive for excellence every single day. It's all about taking action, seizing the day, and living life on your own terms. So try not to let your passions blind you to potential pitfalls. If you are feeling scattered, distracted, or blocked, you are on a journey of self rediscovery and exploration. There is a desire to break free from old patterns and limitations, but also a need to be careful not to lose sight of your spiritual path or fall into the trap of material desires. So, change is never easy, but to reach your full potential, you will need to press forward. And the key here is to face your fears, but not to allow them to control the outcome. My child, know that. Let the universe take care of your worries while you keep doing the right thing. Your life is changing beyond measures for great things to come along as you allow your intuition to guide you. So do not push away the blessings coming your way by doubting or overthinking them. All the time you spend in your healing will reap the rewards as you shift your reality inside out. Drop resistance towards the future and let the universe take care of it. So keep going. So, the universe was not making you wait but preparing you to receive and do more than you expected of yourself. You have always had a higher calling. The struggles were the blessings that lead to your growth, and knowing what you no longer wanted was the catalyst to finding yourself. But the truth is, you are still discovering who you are, and it is in the process that you experience breakthrough after breakthrough. So, my child, know that. Fear is ultimately of a lower frequency and it holds no real power. So, try often it is your reaction to fear or your subtle resistance against it, and that causes the most problems rather than the lower frequency feeling of fear itself. And there is no need to be afraid of fear. So, remember that fear needs your focus to stay and to stay alive. You are its energy source. Without it, and it dies away. So it is powerless without your active and ongoing participation. Fear is nowhere near as powerful and as you think that it is. If you fear it, what you really afraid of is your own power. So, as that is what those fearful thoughts and feelings are filled with and fueled by, you have got to use your power in ways that empower you rather than hold you back. As that is what those fearful thoughts and feelings are filled with and fueled by, you have got to use your power in ways that empower you rather than hold you back. So, my child, know that. Something about you has changed. Maybe it is the fact that you are no longer catering to the expectations that others have of you. And maybe it is the fact that you are spending more time looking inward than trying to control what is happening outward. So, or maybe it is the simple fact that you no longer care to waste your energy on anything that does not feed your spirit in a positive and healthy way. So whatever it is doing wonders for your journey. And ever since you started growing to the realm of your soul, you have not missed single beat. So continue maintaining a steady flow of gratitude between you and the universe. Somewhere inside you, an immense shift has taken place, and it's resonating with every fiber of your being. So your aura has taken on fresh, radiant glow that was not there before. Unlocking a new level of inner peace will do, and that to you shine on, and it's never too late to realize you are made of magic. So my child, know that sometimes all you really need is just one person who understands you entirely, one person who you can share your thoughts with safely, with trust and without judgment, one person who would not give up on you nor you on them, no matter how tough things get. Sometimes all you really need is someone to just be there, not necessarily doing anything or saying anything, but to just be there when you need them. And sometimes the words "we have got you" are all you need to hear to keep going. And as you grow, you really do realize that quality is far greater than quantity, and these friendships must be treasured. So hold on to them with everything and you have got, and make sure They always know that you have got them too. So, my child, know that. What a beautiful world it would be if everyone was willing to love themselves authentically. And self love is never selfish, it benefits not only yourself but also anyone you encounter. And when you love yourself enough, you do everything out of love. So it can transform the way you approach others. Self love is contagious, it sparks a positive impact that can empower lives. There is nothing more beautiful than someone who loves themselves for who they are and inspires others to do the same. And they are the ones who naturally draw others in. Love attracts more love, and you became a magnet for love by generating the love within yourself. And if you want to be truly beautiful inside and out, fall in love with yourself and you radiate beauty and confidence by being good to yourself. Love every single part of yourself, even the parts you find difficult. So tune into the love frequency and you will feel beautiful in your own skin. So make yourself more energetically attractive and your true beauty deserves to be seen. So, my child, know that one of the most important things we can do is learn to rest in God. Pretty much everyone I know myself needs more of the rest of the soul that Jesus offers in His embrace. So, probably this is true for you as well. Oh, how easy it is to be so busy with work and caring for people that you neglect your own intimacy with Christ and miss out on the soul rest that you need. And when you are not resting in Jesus, you will not be able to share His love effectively with others. Rest teaches us to trust God and enjoy Him. So it helps us to be governed by our good God in what we do and in how we do it. It's God's way to set us free from worry and anxiety, ambition and adrenaline, self-importance and anger, even loneliness. So when we rest, we let go of all the ways we want to make things happen or control the people and situations in our lives. So we learned that the world is not on our shoulders after all, and God is running the universe, and He can do it. The people around us will be just fine, we ourselves. And first, we may need to detox from overactivity, pride, ambition, or adrenaline. But if we stay resting in God long enough, we will discover that the Lord gives us sweet rest and restores our soul in His peace. And in the green pastures of good shepherds, grace, and beside His still waters, we discover that it is really true and He restores my soul. And what a gift it is to discover that our identity is not wrapped up in the things we accomplish or don't accomplish, but in grace based relationships, especially our relationship with God. This is what real rest look like, and it is the source of our best life. So, my child, know that Our hearts pray open our minds, and when something matters enough, out of nowhere and out of nowhere, a way is made by the virtue of what we pay the most attention to. And what we praise our awareness up against stands to break open and show us ways to it that we could not see before. It is what we devotee enough or our headspace to that ends up forming a picture bigger than what seems possible at the start. And desire is a roadmap to the version of who already has what it is you want. And desire is not random, it is attempting to bring you attention to through your being through your lifetime. The courage to ask in time becomes the willingness to receive. I hope you will explore the contours of your heart. I hope you will not rest until whatever is living inside of you is out in the world. And I hope you will know that while life is never perfect, because without the contrast, we could not grow or evolve, and it is absolutely possible to at least find yourself at a place of genuine peace. Not that you are always happy, but you know that you have a life worth living, a life worth fighting for, a life worth telling stories about, a life you are truly proud of at the end of the day. My child, know that taking control of your thoughts seems to be easy, but it's not. Understanding your thoughts, let alone controlling them, requires sufficient awareness. It requires you to ask yourself, are my thoughts and where did they come from? Sometimes thoughts may enter your mind before even realize you created them, and they may be the product of your environment, social influences, other perceptions, or subconscious limitations. Taking control of your thoughts require mental effort and practice to recognize which thoughts are running your life. How many of the thoughts you are thinking are negative and result in negative outcomes? How many do you wish you would not even be thinking? You may be surprised to know how many of the unfavorable aspects of your life were created by your negative thoughts. Everything starts with a thought, as the thoughts are seeds for your actions and behaviors. Don't let the negative thoughts consume your life. Father God, help me desire your will over my own. I know you have given me free will to choose, but Father, I choose you and your ways, and I want to grow closer to you. I want to be a reflection of Jesus. I want to be washed by your words, and your words to be written on my heart and mind. So make my heart desire your heart's desire. Make my ways your ways, make my thoughts your thoughts. I know with obedience and studying to show myself approved, you will use me as your vessel every day of my life to be light in the darkness and to be solved, preserved with your truth, and to help make unbelievers believers. Father, no matter how much the world tries to suck me in, keep my firmly planted in faith. And if I make plans on my own, please step in so that your plan will always prevail. Father God, teach me to not only know your will, but to walk it out. Thank you for your love and faithfulness. In Jesus' almighty name, I pray. Amen. Lord our God, our refuge forever, bless us who have gathered in your presence and who turn to you in all distress, not only in our personal need, but also in the distress of the nations and peoples of the whole world. Grant that we may be your children with a simple faith that give us strength to go on working even when life is bitterly hard. We thank you for giving us so much grace, for helping us and never forsaking us, so that again and again we can find joy and can glorify and praise you, our Father. May your name be praised from heaven above and among us here below. May your name be praised by all people throughout the world, and may everyone on earth acknowledge you and receive all that they need from you. Amen. More than anything else in the world, I want you to believe in love. I want you to believe in happy endings. I want you to believe that things will work out in the end, even if it does not feel like it right now. Even if you feel depleted, even if you have taken all the wrong chances with people you thought were right, and I need you to not regret it. There are no mistakes when it comes to love, even when you love people who don't love you back. And if you have loved someone with everything you had in you, and if you took every chance you could have, if you put it all on the line when it mattered, realize there is no wrong love. I don't even think there are wrong people. So, what matter is you were able to love someone, and that counts for so much. Be proud of yourself for being that kind of person. Sometimes the heartbreak we feel has nothing to do with us and everything to do with the person on the receiving end. Anyone who can hurt someone else has pain within themselves, and they have not dealt with yet tend to point immediate blame at ourselves. What you have to realize, someone's inability to love you the way you deserve is not a reflection of you or the things you lack. It hurts, but that pain you feel means you are taking the right chances. It means you did something really brave, more than anything. And I want you to believe in love. I want you to hold those words really close to your heart and only say them when you mean it. I want you to feel it in every inch of your body. When you do, there is no wrong love. I don't even think there are wrong people, but rather people who are not ready to accept what we have to give. So, dear God, I am ushering in a new string of blessings and looking forward to a brighter chapter. My heart is at peace with every decision, mistakes, and roadblock I have overcome. I am excited to see the magic that is about to unfold for me. Although I am highly grounded in the present and I have high hopes that the road ahead of me will take me further than my wildest dreams. So I am the creator of my joy and I am constantly replacing negative thoughts with positive ones. And I have retired the person I used to be, the person I am becoming is far more exciting. So today marks the beginning of my journey, taking a turn for the better, and miracles are entering my life at this very moment. And I would rather fail spectacularly at doing something than fail quietly because I never did anything, and I would rather fail while being brave than fail at being brave. And maybe I will make 1,000 mistakes they will one day laugh at and learn from. But at least I'm out here trying, at least I'm in the game. Because I know if I was sitting on the sideless, I would spend my whole life desperately wishing I was on the field, and I would regret being so afraid of failure that I never gave myself a chance to succeed. So I would regret never reaching the edges of my limits so I could try to push them just a little bit further, and I would regret not exploring all of the incredible potential inside me. And more than anything, I would regret not giving my life all that I have. So maybe it would not work out the way I want, but I know that no matter where this path takes me, so I will find my way because I trust my judgment, I trust my resilience, I trust my strength, and I trust that no matter what happens, I will be okay. So I don't like to act not interested when I am. I don't like to dilute myself, so I'm not too much of this or too little of that, and I like to keep it real, to stay true to myself. So I love vulnerability, to truly open up to one another and to trust each other with the depths of our souls. The deep conversations, the rawness, I love when I get to be all of me and I get to see you unfiltered. Authentic connection is all I am about. So, dear God, know that I was never accepted by them, and it broke my soul into pieces. Their judgmental gazes and whispers punctured my spine like I was worthless every time I spoke, and they took advantage of my innocence, and my bones were bruised from conformity. So I was bleeding to blend in because I was never adequate enough to fit in. I never understood what I did to deserve their hatred, and all I wanted was to belong in a space where I was seen and safe. So I wanted them to see me as someone worthy of respect and acknowledgement. Instead, they made me empty, convinced me that I was not worth saving. So I was inconsequential even when they used me for personal gain, and my mere existence was a nuisance, so I stopped trying. Now there is only numbness in the place where they left a scar. So I fear it will never fade because it serves as a reminder of why I built my walls and my past. So, my child, know that. Never allow someone who does not truly love you to diminish you self worth or make you feel underserving of love. Not everyone will appreciate the gem of a person you are, but their inability to recognize your value does not diminish it in any way. I want to assure you that there are people out there eagerly waiting to discover someone just like you. And they will unconditionally love and deeply appreciate you for exactly who you are without you having to beg for it, and they will stand by your side through every twist and turn of life's journey. So, not out of obligation, but out of a genuine desire to be there for you, because they understand and recognize that you are deserving of all the love and affection that this vast universe has to offer. So, though you may have experienced disappointments in matters of the heart, I urge you, please don't lose hope. Instead, hold on tightly to the belief that the universe has an incredible love story in store for you, and one that aligns with your deepest desires and prayers. So please remember that you are worthy of a love that encompasses your entire being and brings immeasurable joy into your life. So stay open hearted, keep faith, and trust in the divine timing of the universe and your perfect love, the one that you have earned for and dream of, is out there waiting to intertwine their path with yours. So embrace the knowledge that you are deserving of an extraordinary love, and never give up on the hope and that it will find its way to you. So my child, know that. Be who God created you to be, not what others wants to see in a world and where we are constantly bombarded with images and messages about who we should be and what we should look like. And it is easy to lose sight of our true selves, but the truth is, we are all unique and special in our own way, and we have something valuable to offer the world that no one else can. So, today I want to encourage you to embrace who you are and all that you have to offer, and you are worthy and capable of great things. And there is no one else on this planet who can be you or do what you do in the exact same way. So don't let anyone else define you or limit you based on their own expectations or standards. You were created with a purpose and a plan, and you have everything you need to fulfill that plan within you. So strive to be the best version of yourself that you can be, and you are loved, you are valued, and you are capable of making a difference in this world. So, my child, know that. The color purple is associated with art, creativity, and spirituality. It is considered a color of honor, courage, and is sometimes associated with royalty. Ganesha is sharing the purple hue to assist you with your spiritual journey inside yourself, and by connected with him and this energy, you will be redirected back to your true enlightened nature. So, your crown chakra is the purple chakra that is connected to your well being in mind, body, and spirit in this life. and beyond, and all energy blocks keeps you from connecting to your true source. So set a clear goal of how you would like to connect with your higher self. You may choose to be a healer or to practice a specific modality such as Reiki, and you may simply choose to meditate. Everyone has psychic ability and a connection to the divine. So open yourself up consciously to opportunities that will help you reach your goal. So, to really enjoy living life on earth, the more you can do to release the limiting programs and emotional patterns, and the more quickly and easily you will manifest your desires. So, you can create your life as you intend it and choose to live life fully and achieve real enlightenment, and where all things are possible. So, my child, know that living in a world that is quick to judge and criticize, and it can be challenging to find the support we need, and instead of hearing that we can do it. We may hear all the reasons why we can't, but we must not let the negativity of others hold us back. As Marianne Williamson once said, our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate, our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure, and it is up to us to believe in ourselves and to trust in our own abilities and to become our own source of support and encouragement. When we choose to be our own supporters, we empower ourselves to overcome challenges, take risks, and reach a fuller potential. We show ourselves that we are capable of achieving great things and inspire others to do the same. It is essential for us be the ones who believe in ourselves, who trust in our own abilities, and who are a positive voice in our own lives. We should be the support we so eagerly seek for in a world that can be so quick to judge and criticize. Our self belief and self support can be the foundation for our successes and happiness. So, my child, know that. Our encounters, experience, and education have all contributed to how we view and approach conflict. In a way, we can say that we view our present reality through the lens of the past, and without self awareness, it remains this way. So, closer to love is an opportunity to expand that even further when it comes to mastering our role in relationships. Its goal is to drive a deep understanding of our different approaches to love, how these approaches manifest in our connections, and to remedy the distance between them. And the most important of which is through emotional maturity, discerning fact from ideology, exercising critical thinking, and observing and managing your responses to your emotions is vital to creating meaningful connections that can sustain the inevitable conflict. And insecurity can manifest as a need to be correct and win an argument when you cannot see beyond conditioning and attach your identity to your firm perspectives. So you will do all you can to prove your point and defend your view. And if people don't agree or support your perspective, you will lose your sense of self, which is also your sanity. So, in response, when defending has not worked out, you decide to attack even if you bring things up which are out of context. So we all have different belief system and we all carry some emotional pain and are afraid of getting hurt. We constantly receiving new information that could alter our strengths and perspective. So we are just doing our best to navigate life safely and enjoy the many forms of love surrounding us. Keeping these reminders at the forefront of your mind will allow you to have a more constructive conversations than arguments. So effective communication restores the ability to understand and respond without seeking control. So dear someone, I don't know about a love at first sight. I know of attraction at first sight. It pulls you in for a conversation. It pulls you out of your room on a Sunday afternoon for a planned date when it's pouring and there are no cabs. 2 weeks down, it makes you blush on a sneaky video call in the middle of the day while you are at a work. And 3 months down, when you are unwell and there is a parcel at your door with home cooked food, and it is the comfort of knowing that someone cares. So, 6 months down, when you share a meme with someone and they send it to you at the exact same moment, your heart swells knowing that there is someone who knows you as well as yourself. So, 15 years later, when you are older and you think about all the moments you felt the most loved, funnily you think about ones which felt the most every day, eating a subway, watching a movie after a while. Attraction may sometimes look like the everything we imagine love to be. So it is actually affection that completes the picture, work and just walking back home hand in hand. So my child, know that. You are beautiful, you know that, and I don't mean in the way that people look in magazines. How physical beauty fades. So we get older, our faces change, our bodies will never be perfect, and that is okay. Perfect does not exist, none of that matters. I'm talking about your mind. So, your dream thoughts, the fears, the hopes, and the hurt, the dreams that keep you up at night, and I'm talking about your hurt, and the scars that show how many times you went to battle for someone you loved, and even when it was hard. So, the way you wake up each day and choose kindness and compassion, even in the face of cruelty, I'm talking about your soul and the way you relentlessly puts that which keeps a fire burning within you and infusing everything you do with passion. So, there is a light that shines out from inside of you. Did you know that? And you see, it makes me want to live more wholeheartedly, more courageously, more brightly too. Because if ever I aspire to be beautiful, then all I hope is to be more like you. So, my child, know that. The truth is, it can be hard to accept that somewhere out there, someone you once opened your soul to, and someone who knows your favorite color and why certain songs make you want to cry is existing too. And maybe you are the reason they know how to tie a tie, or maybe they are the reason you were introduced to your favorite coffee shop or a movie that changed your life. But you are strangers to each other, so now you are sitting in the nosebleeds of their story. Someone so full of beauty, someone so full of love, someone you wish for at a certain point along your journey. So, is no longer a main character within it, but they exist. There is a sadness to that at times, knowing that you touched such beauty, that you held it in your hands, and that it chose you, but you could not keep it. So, despite the acceptance, despite the understanding, knowing that such a love endures in this world, knowing that you got to experience it for a moment in time and it sticks to you. So it stays with you, and the knowledge of such light, like trying to remember what the sun felt like on your face in the middle of winter. So you are mourning the loss of someone that is still alive despite the fact that they are a stranger to you now. Remember that they were a stranger to you once before as well. So prior to the crash, to the connection, and one pivotal moment in time occurred, and someone entered your life and changed the weather. So they colorized everything around you to the point where your heart grow and your love grow and tenderness pour out of your fingertips into everything you touched. And is not that something is continue to believe in, something to have hope in. So you found love once before with a force you thought you had lost, and you will find it again, and it will not look the same, and it will say your name differently, but there will be a chance encounter, a moment in time. So where you meet a human being and you just know from somewhere deep inside of yourself that they are going to mean something to you. So, my child, know that the heart knows truth the mind cannot yet understand, and if we pay enough attention to what the heart is trying to tell us, the nudge and the sensation begins to form itself into a sort of idea or a vision. So, what our dreams need is our attention, because before they are dreams, they are little inklings of inspiration or a sense of awe or interest, and if we give them enough of ourselves. So they begin to root more deeply inside of us. What dominates our attention is what becomes our most dominant reality, and shifting that reality is often a matter of shifting our attention first. So our hearts pray open our minds when something matters enough out of now here and out of no way. A way is made by the virtue of what we pay the most attention to. And what we press our awareness up against tend to break open and show us way to it that we could not see before, and it is what we devotee enough of our head space to that end up forming a picture bigger than what seems possible at the start. So, desire is a roadmap to the version of you who already has what it is you want. Desire is not random, it is attempting to bring your attention to something that wants to be created through your being. So, through your lifetime, the courage to ask in time becomes the willingness to receive. So, my child, know that. Conscious creation is not about forcing yourself to ignore your current reality and deny circumstances. It is about understanding that current circumstances are old news. They are a result of your old thoughts and they have zero effect on what is going on to happen next. So, current circumstances care only a result of your past thoughts and they do not dictate or affect in any way what can happen next, and you can acknowledge them but without assigning any meaning to them or assuming they are obstacles. When something big happens, tragedy, trauma, major life changes, it makes everything else seem small. Stressing over bills, disagreements, schedules, or any of life bragged irritations feels pretty, and your focus is on what really matters your life, health, loved ones, and God for sure. Keep the perspective, yes, experience all of your life, big and little stuff. But treat it accordingly, let the small stuff go. Don't let hung up, identify what is actually a big deal, and the key to inner peace is in your perspective. So, my child, know that I could possibly go wrong in most situations, and my intuitions may not always prove to be true, but something that over the years has gotten into me is that I'm not here to grieve how wrongful I have been in the past. And for me, growth should only be indicated by my will of adhering to faults. I don't want to wake up feeling righteous and with the pressures of hitting the correct options consistently. I truly feel like finding myself in an arena where there is more than enough space for errors. For some, being at fault may feel like a huge hit to their ego. However, that in many cases sets me free and allow me to drive my life to unknown offshores. And that ability of acknowledgement just liberates me more and more. And in these years, I have wholeheartedly created rooms for change, and that is a privilege one should invariably wilt before anything. At any time, there is deeply injured self settled within me, and I find that grieving for isolation, and I do nothing but let it heal at its own rate. So, my child, know that. So, we are getting lots of cards about unlocking our inner power and seeing the magic in our lives. Again, we start the week with Magic Guardian, and this is all about tapping into the magic within you, the infinite power you have within yourself, and making things happen. And this could well be as a result of needing to pull from deep within to accomplish something, or from a challenge that is presented in some form. And in order to overcome this challenge or issue, it is about understanding that you do have what it takes, and knowing that you can affect result through your own divine magic and your focused thoughts. So you and your essence, that inner spark, and that is divine, and your connection to the whole, has the amazing ability to enact miracle, powerful healing, and come to what may seem impossible answers to producing release results you are seeking just when you need them. Trust in your own inner power, whatever you face today or whatever you are seeking. You have magic within, just waiting to be acknowledged and tapped into. So, my child, know that if tomorrow something comes into your life that is not to your liking, do not accept it, for this fact blinds the imagination, and remove the blindness by asking yourself what you would like, and in place of what seems to be, enter into that thought, reveal in it as though it were not a fact, persuade yourself that it is, believe in its reality, and it will become your experience. So, my child, know that you deserve a better goodbye, and one that was not about ghosting you or leaving you with unsaid words. You deserved a kinder goodbye, one that was not ruined with deceit. So I know you think that goodbyes are the hardest part of meeting people, and they truly are. But you deserved someone who did not shy away from apologizing when things took a wrong turn. So you deserve to know the truth, as ugly as it was. And the truth is, you deserved getting the closure you needed, and now you have done. You know, when someone truly loves you, it does not matter if things end, and they will make you feel that you were worth loving, even if things don't work out. So you deserved a gentle and honest person, and someone who cared about how you felt when everything entered. Your last hug should have been warmer, your last kiss should have been longer, and the last time you saw them should not have been the memory that breaks your heart because of how ugly they made you feel. Sometimes people only reveal themselves once we stop being around them, and now you have know for sure, and that it was your love and energy that made them seem so special. So I hope you make peace with the ending you got. I hope you make peace with every piece of what is left of your love. So, my child, know that the ones who keep their promises, who are not afraid to sit in the heaviness and the silence with you, who are there in both of the exciting and the mundane moments, the one who refuse to allow you to give up on your dreams and your desires or yourself, and the ones who sees the world differently, from you and find new ways to open your mind. And the people who approach life with curiosity and instead of judgment. So, the people who believe that love is not a finite resource and that there are always new ways to show it, the ones who are just as willing to cheer you on as they are to offer their shoulder to lean on, and the ones who open their hearts to you not because they need to, but because they want to, and the people who push you to believe in yourself in ways you could not have imagined, and the ones who teach you what it means to be present, the ones who don't leave you behind the moment your lives change, and the ones who create space for you and insist that you take it up, and the people who believe that love is not an infinite resource and that there are. So, my child, know that. Then come the children of Israel, even the whole congregation, into the desert of Zin in the first month, and the people abode in Kadesh, and Miriam died there and was buried there. And there was no water for the congregation, and they gathered themselves together against Moses and against Aaron. And the people told with Moses and speak, saying, would God that we had died when our brethren died before the Lord, and why have brought up the congregation of the Lord into this wilderness, that we and our cattle should die there, and wherefore have made us to come up out of Egypt, to bring us in unto this evil place. And it is no place of seed, or of figs, or of wines, or of pomegranates, neither is there any water to drink. Type yes if you have faith and trust in God, and if you want your all wishes come true, type Amen.